Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, but before I hop into it, I want to give a huge shout out to today's video sponsor, which is Audible. If you guys have not heard of them before, they're essentially a huge online platform where you guys can stream audiobooks, podcasts, and so much more on there. It is amazing. It is one of my favorite subscriptions that I've ever had on this planet. I love it. I use it all the time. One of the things that I really love about Audible is the fact that I can listen to audiobooks wherever I am, no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm driving the car or when I'm cooking food or when I'm working out, anything. It just makes it really flexible, and I love to be able to multitask and be able to listen to a whole audiobook and not actually have to like stop what I'm doing in my day to sit down, you know. I can just do whatever I want. It's great. And another thing that I love about Audible is that when you get an audiobook, it is yours to keep forever, no matter what. The audiobook that I've been currently listening to is A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. I highly recommend this, especially if you guys are wanting to find your life purpose, find out more about who you are, just kind of get inspired about you and the impact that you want to have on this planet and things like that. This book is just hands down so good. You will not regret it. So I highly recommend going to check that one out. And right now, for a limited time, you guys can get 60% off of your first 3 months with Audible. If you guys go to my link, audible.com/gemgoddess, or if you guys text gemgoddess to 500-500, and it basically equates to being something like $5.95 per month with their 60% off deal that they're having right now. So I highly recommend taking advantage of that. And again, if you guys are interested in that, you guys can head to my link, audible.com/gemgoddess, or you guys can text gemgoddess to 500-500. There'll be a link down below in the description for easy access as well if you guys want to take advantage of that. And again, a huge thank you to Audible for sponsoring today's video. And without further ado, let's hop right back into today's pick a card reading. Hello my loves, what's up, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the December month ahead prediction. If you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how they work. So over here we have pile number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you guys can take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card. And then you guys can skip ahead and watch your personal reading for the month of December of 2021. I cannot believe that like December is like right upon us. It's crazy. This year I feel like went by like so fast. But yeah, with that being said, if you guys like to choose with crystals on the cards, let's go ahead and pop some crystals on these cards. All right, my loves, if you guys like to choose with crystals, here are our crystal options. So over here we have some gorgeous lepidolite, and I will show you what this crystal looks like. And it's just a very gorgeous, sparkly lepidolite. And then over here we have some Mukait jasper. And then our third card, we have this aragonite. And then for group 4, we have this sodalite. And then group 5, we have some danburite. So again, take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card. And then you guys can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about your month ahead of December. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. Alrighty, so group number 1, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading, so let's get started. All right, so group 1, here's what we have for you guys. We have the Destiny card. We also have the 9 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, the 9 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, and then the 8 of Wands. And then we have the Strength card right here. So a couple things that I'm noticing right off the bat is we have tons of Wand energy and Cup energy in this reading. So there's tons of fire energy and emotional energy, which is water energy. So in the beginning of December, it looks like you guys are kind of preparing for something, or that you guys have just been going through a lot. Like it's probably a very busy time for you in the beginning of December with the 9 of Wands, but at the same time, it's like you guys have been through busy times before and you guys got this, especially since this card is right up and it's next to the 4 of Wands. This is all gonna turn out very well, and you will eventually make time. I do see you guys actually freeing up and getting more time for yourself, especially mid-November, like kind of like maybe between the 10th and the 20th of, or sorry, December. We're in December. Between the 10th and 20th of December, I see you guys freeing up a lot more time and also being able to kind of just celebrate and feel very secure and like everything's going quite well. The Nine of Cups always signifies that we are reaching a big goal, or we are receiving something that we've been wishing and hoping for. It's finally like coming to fruition and we're receiving the benefits of it. It feels like our prayers have been answered. It feels like we're getting a wish granted. And when it's next to the Four of Wands, this is some kind of celebration. So there could be some kind of celebration happening for you guys in December. And of course, like there is Christmas and stuff like that. So honestly, it could be related to that, or it could be a more personal celebration for another thing that's going on. But the Four of Wands does signify like home life, being very secure, feeling safe, something to celebrate, something to just like jump for joy about, and especially when it's next to the Nine of Cups. The fact that we also have two nines in this reading, the number 9 is connected to completing a phase. And so this is completing a large phase for you guys, and I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are hoping for some big changes in the new year, and you're ready to kind of close an old chapter of your life and just close old things that are not really serving you anymore. I feel like there's some new inspiration coming in. We also have 2 different 4s, and so the 4 numerologically is quite significant as well. This deals with being very secure, feeling financially secure, feeling like we have a good foundation below our feet. And they're also about kind of creating something that's very long lasting as well. So for one, you guys are closing out an old chapter and then opening up a new chapter that feels a lot more stable and a lot more calm, and you feel like you really want to root yourself into this new phase, this new chapter, this new idea that you have coming to fruition. It's like you really want to root yourself to that. We also have the 8 of Wands right here, which signifies a lot of energy moving forward. And it's moving forward right after this time of like retreat and reflection. So I think after you guys sort of reach this goal or finish this whole celebration and finish this whole chapter of your life off, as you're sort of closing out this chapter, there's going to be this moment in December, near the end of December, all about reflection and kind of asking yourself, what do I want to bring in the new year? Who do I want to be? What do I want to create? And it's this moment of like saying no to the other things that are no longer resonating to you. I think that there's something you're going to be saying no to, that you're kind of like, I'm over that. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to close out that chapter. I want to bring in some new energy. There's things that I think you guys are just going to pull yourself back from and kind of take a little bit of a retreat and some time for inner reflection. And then by the end of December, it's kind of like the energy is moving forward. There's new opportunity coming in. You guys feel like you are speeding ahead and that you're really excited for this new sort of energy. And I see this, the fact that we have the 8 of Wands coming right after the 4 of Cups. So there's this cup sort of coming out of the sky, right? This new opportunity. And he's saying no to like these other things that he was doing before. So he's like looking at those and he's like, no, I'm just going to retreat from those. I don't want those anymore. But eventually he looks over his shoulder and sees that there's a whole new opportunity. And it's interesting that we have the 8 of Wands next, which symbolizes new opportunity coming in, or energy moving forward very fast, or us saying yes to something. So there's going to be like a whole new pathway opening up near the end of December where there's energy just moving forward. And it's going to be very connected to kind of destiny and just self-empowerment and going based on something that you really desire. And I think it's going to take a lot of like energy to say yes, like a lot of strength, a lot of confidence, but at the same time we're like so excited about it. We're like, yep, let's do it, let's go for it. So when I look at this Destiny card, it's really interesting that she's kind of sitting on this moon and she's almost sleeping, right? So this reminds me of the energy of kind of daydreaming. And so I think in December, there's this daydreamy energy of like, what do I want my new year to be like? What do I want to change about my life this year? What do I want to do? And so it's really interesting that we have this card because it just fits in so well, and it fits in with this 8 energy. So we have some 8 energy here too, which deals with taking risks, chances, gambling, luck. So there's something that I think that you guys are taking a little chance on near the end of December, and it's a big dream that I think that you guys have. But there's this whole new level of confidence coming in with this strength card and with the 9 and the 2 9s that we have. There's like new strength coming in and new confidence because we're realizing like, you know what? I can do this. I can really, really do this. And I want to do this. There's like an inspiration coming in about, yes, I want to do this. I want to take this chance. I want to go for it. So with that being said, let's get into some more cards. So I pulled out these other ones for you guys earlier, and we have ancestors and we have fates. So with these 2 cards, this made me think about going back to your roots, because the egg and then the ancestors, which is the roots, I thought it was pretty connected to the 4 of Wands that we had. And so this could deal with a visiting family, visiting extended family that we haven't seen in a while, things like that. And yeah, sort of just returning to your roots. That's what I saw when I saw this ancestors card. But I also see this as you guys up-leveling yourselves too. So through kind of maybe returning to your roots in December and kind of spending time with family members that we might have not seen in a while or that we might not see as often, somehow it's going to inspire you to grow more. Somehow it's going to kind of uplift you and yeah, just add inspiration to kind of move forward in a new way. And then we're sort of hatching a new egg, which is why we have the egg, because this symbolizes new life, new creation, right? So I think by the end of December, there's going to be this new inspiration to be like, I want to crack open. I want to hatch. I want to hatch a new idea. I want to go after this new thing. And it's going to be very connected to destiny and fate. So it's going to be something that really aligns with you, something that you're kind of like meant to do. And then we have these next 2 cards, which is courage and retreat, which makes so much sense because this is kind of, it's just so fitting. Like, let's be honest, it's so fitting for you guys. So the retreat is definitely making me feel like you guys are like going back home or seeing extended family, or this can even mean that you guys are taking some time to yourselves as well to kind of just reflect on what it is that you want. But there is some sort of break from work, break from our regular tasks, okay? And the retreat comes right before we hop back into life with our new ideas. So there's that. And we also have the courage card. So that connects a lot with the strength, this kind of courage to build a new castle, to build a new home, and to move forward. It can also be connected to the 9 of Wands that we had in the beginning about courage to, complete all of the current stuff that we have going on in our life and to kind of wrap up loose ends and to finish all the quick little things that we needed to do. So it looks like December is going to be really busy, but then also really inspiring with lots of change. Also, I'm sorry, you can barely see this card in the corner just because of the light coming in right now. But it will be okay. We will make it through. The next card that I have for you guys is the card of stillness. So this one is very connected again to the retreat card that we had. So there's going to be moments of just being able to just sit calmly and think about, it's very daydreamy. And I almost see it as really connected to this card too. It's very daydreamy. There's going to be lots of daydreaming about, okay, what do I want next? What do I want to do next? And I think the new year is going to bring a lot of changes for you. And December is kind of like the time where we get to think about what we want to do and sort of plan all of that stuff. So that right there is looking beautiful. So let's get some more cards on here. So we're going to take this deck and see what else we get for you guys. Group 1. December for group 1. Okay, so roots of abundance. So again, roots connected to possibly like seeing family or going back to your roots, going back to something where we're from, where we Yeah, going back to our roots. Roots of abundance as well. I think that you guys are planting the seeds and planting yourself, okay? Like, it's interesting that we have 2 root cards, right? You're planting yourself into a new idea, into a new seed to grow a whole new idea. And this has the number 2 on it and the word abundance. That's the 2 is connected to abundance. It's heavily connected to abundance. So I think that you guys are going to be coming up with new ways to feel more prosperous, more financially free in the new year, and sort of connecting yourself with new ways of doing that and achieving that. We also have beautiful uncaging. So you're really starting to open up. You're opening up to new opportunities, new possibilities. Honestly, probably even opening your heart more to the people that are in your life, quite possibly. And I think you're also realizing that you can achieve more. Like, there's this idea of new confidence coming in and realizing that you can do more and you can achieve more, and sort of taking off the limitations of yourself. You guys are kind of like finding the key to remove limiting beliefs on yourself, to remove limitation that we've put on ourselves. And there's, again, like this new rising confidence that's sort of coming up here too. New rising confidence and lots of daydreamy energy. And I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are traveling somewhere too. The fact that we had retreat and then we also had the 8 of Wands here. There's definitely some travel energy, like possibility of travel to go somewhere. So with that being said, let's get some more cards on here. Let's see, let's take these ones right here. See what else we get for group 1. For December, group 1, December. Flow, so going with the flow, movement. I'm also seeing Aquarius in this card, just with the kind of squiggly lines. It kind of reminds me of the Aquarius symbol. All right, so group 1, December for group 1. I'm really feeling this card. Ooh, hunger. So there's like a new drive coming up near the end of December, and we have creativity, no wonder. So there's some new inspirations coming in group 1, some whole new ideas. I think that you guys are going to be feeling really creative and sort of like you're in the flow. There could be a moment of like pausing, because we do have these cards that symbolize this moment of pausing and reflection. So there could be a moment in December of where we kind of feel maybe like we need to ponder something, we need to really think about something, or we go through a moment of stillness, right? Where we feel like the flow isn't quite there. We go through this moment of stillness when we're more in our minds, we're reflecting, we're contemplating, but then like the light bulb sort of goes off and there's a whole new flow and we feel really motivated. Like the hunger card is like this motivation where we feel like there's a vision and we're like, there's drive and motivation to attain that vision. There's a whole new vision coming in and it's going to fill us with a lot of confidence, so that we have this like strength, this desire to achieve this goal that's coming in. So yeah, there's a whole new goal for December. Also, I'm seeing a possible change in eating habits. When I'm looking at the hunger card as well, there could be a change in eating habits. What are you feeding yourself? It's time to root yourself to more natural foods. Some of you guys might be attracted to eating like organic foods, especially since Ancestors is here as well. There could be an attraction to organic foods, things that our body is supposed to eat that's like not processed, things like that. So yeah, I think I see diet changes in this. I also see more water, drinking more water, flow. This overall desire to be healthier with strength too. This could be like getting into more of a workout routine in the new year and changing diet. Yeah, and trying to also be more creative. I see you guys trying out like new recipes even and being like, okay, the light bulb is going off. I'm inspired in all these different ways. I really see you guys like shifting your life so much to where the creative light bulb is just going off. And we're like, okay, I want to try out new recipes. I want to buy new clothes. I want to change up my life this way and that way. I want to change up my routine. Ooh, I'm seeing you guys like getting into a flow of like, what do I want to plan my life to be like? Like, let's get a planner and let's jot out what I want my new routine to be, the new inspiration that you guys have coming in. Like, there's a whole new foundation that you guys are building for yourself, which is why we had a lot of 4 energy as well. There's a whole new foundation coming in. Like a whole different flow, one that actually flows, right? Because maybe we've been feeling a little bit stagnant and we're kind of ready to feel like things are moving again. We're ready for some movement again, my love. Group 1. Whew. Yeah, wow. Lots of new energy coming in for you guys. So with that being said, I also want to do this fun little thing that we've been doing lately where we have a pick a card within a pick a card. So we're going to be taking these lovely oracle cards and I'm going to be shuffling them and laying down 3 different ones. And you guys can think of any question that you want to ask. It could be anything. Okay, so we're going to lay out 3 cards. Then you're going to choose the card that you're the most drawn to, and then that will be the answer to your question. So here is group 1. All right, and then I'm feeling these 2 cards for group 2. One of them fell on the floor. There we go. I was just feeling those 2 yellow ones for group 2. And then for group 3, what do we have here for group 3? So there is group 3. So again, take a moment, pause the video if you need more time to contemplate the 3 different groups that we have, and then we're just gonna hop right into it. So if you guys chose card number 1 to answer your question, this is the answer that we have. We have trust. Okay, so whenever trust comes up, this means yes, but it also means that we need to really start to believe in ourselves, because whenever our mind conflicts an outcome that we're desiring, so anytime that our mind is like, oh, well, what if it doesn't happen? Or like, what are the chances that it could happen? If our mind starts to do that, anytime that the universe tries to bring you an opportunity to achieve your goal, we won't even perceive of it because our mind is already saying it can't happen for me anyway. So anytime that there's even that popping up, an opportunity for that, we're not going to take it, nor are we even going to see it or perceive of it because we already don't believe that it's possible, therefore we're not seeing it. So it's almost like the same effect when you like a certain car and you start to see it everywhere, whereas before you're like, I never used to see that car anywhere. Like I never used to see it. And then all of a sudden you start liking that car and then you're like, oh my God, it's everywhere. It's the same effect. So when you start to believe in something and you believe in its possibility for you and you begin to trust in the universe that that opportunity can come up for you and you do deserve it and that you can attain it, right when that starts happening, all of a sudden that opportunity will become so readily available for you. So this is about trusting. Okay, so that is what we had for group 1. If you guys chose card 2, these are the ones that we have for you guys. Ooh, these are both almost like super similar. We have in the near future and within the next few months. So if you guys are asking about timing about something, well then I would say the answer to your question is going to be revealed very soon. The pathway is opening up very soon. The doorway to your goal, the bridge, the pathway to your goal is opening up very soon. Some new inspiration, I'm getting that a new inspiration and a new pathway is opening up for you to get closer to this goal very soon. And like the opportunity is going to kind of present itself, like the doorway is going to present itself very soon within the next few months. So, wow. Yeah. I think things will make more sense within the next few months. Or there's like a new opportunity to be taken, like a new shift coming within the next few months. If you guys chose the third card right here, we have communicate clearly. So somehow communication is going to be very important in regards to whatever you're asking about. This is calling you to open up more, to share your desires more, to put yourself out there more, to express yourself more, to not be so shy, not hold back your light, not hold back your energy. This is time to really take a step forward. This is encouraging you to take a step forward and express yourself more. Because that way people will hear you, that way the universe will hear you, that way things will start conspiring in your favor, because now everything understands you better, because you're opening up more, you're communicating more, and everything just kind of falls into place because it understands you more. Okay, so with that being said, I wanted to end off this reading with some self-care cards, because these have been like really powerful lately. Oh, and I also want to get my Astro Dice too. We're going to grab that in just a second. But we are going to take some self-care cards here and just get some advice from Spirit on like what we should be focusing on in the month of December, like what advice they have for you guys. These ones feel like they want to come out. Ooh, we have rest and music, and I want to grab one more here. And family, oh my God, that fits in so well. I'm not even surprised that family came up for you guys, considering we had like the Four of Wands and like all this other stuff. So we have rest, we have music, and we have family. So not being too hard on yourself, for one, not pushing yourself too much, because I can see that you guys really push yourselves a lot. The fact that we have the Nine of Wands, you guys push yourselves to the max at some time, a lot of the times. You guys push yourself to the max, and it's important to remember to rest, do things for yourself. You don't have to be productive 24/7. And we can also say no to certain things that are taking up too much of our time and kind of draining us. It's important to do that and give time to yourself. So remember in December to give yourself time to recuperate. Okay, because this is also when we get daydreamy energy. This is where we can get a lot of inspiration from. And then we have music. Music is another way of getting tons of inspiration. And it also resets our mood. It can help us feel different things. It can match our mood, and it can also change our mood. So music is going to be really important. And then we also have family. So spending time with family, at least making some time for them in December, is going to be also very important. And also forgiving family, cherishing family, and showing how much you love them. That is coming up real strong when I saw that card. So with that being said, let me go grab my Astro Dice really quick, because I forgot to grab them earlier. So I will be right back. All right, so we got the Astro Dice. We are back. Let's get into it. So we're gonna roll the zodiac sign dice 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are most likely going to be the most prominent in your life in December. So let's see what we get for you guys. All right, so we have Libra coming up. So we got Libra energy. This could be somebody's sun, moon, or rising, by the way. We also have Cancerian energy. So Libra, Cancer. And we also have Pisces. So Libra, Cancer, Pisces energy seems to be the most dominant for you guys, group 1 in December. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and roll all these together to get any last info on this reading for you guys. So we have, Pisces energy again. We have the 4th house. Oh my gosh, I'm not even surprised about getting the 4th house. So you guys get tons of 4 energy. And we also have Jupiter, which is one of the traditional rulers of Pisces. So let's talk about it. So Jupiter in Pisces in the 4th house. I'm definitely getting family energy from this, returning to your roots again and finding more abundance within family. And I'm also getting a daydreamy energy about what you want to be rooted in. So this again talks about what you're rooted in. It's very similar to what cards we had coming out for you guys. So again, Spirit's just wanting to add emphasis on the fact that I think you guys are going to be very much expanding how you want to be rooted in the world. And Pisces is very daydreamy. So I think that there's going to be tons of mental energy going on in December, all about daydreaming what you want to build in your future, the direction that you want to go in your future. Do you desire a family, for example? Because this could even be you guys wanting to maybe expand your family and focus on that, for example. This could also be you guys desiring to expand your home in some way, expanding your home life, or just expanding, you know, this could even be working from home, for example. Pisces is also very connected to the media, so there could be expansion here in the media, working from home, something like that, along the lines of that. That could also be a possibility of something that you guys are daydreaming or thinking about in the month of December. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 2, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be a reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 2, we have the Knight of Wands, Justice, the Four of Swords, we have the Three of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Swords, the Five of Cups, and then the Wheel of Fortune. There's tons of shifting energy throughout your guys' December. I can tell you guys that right now, and you guys are going to go through a massive shift in the month of December, okay, group 2? So one thing I'm noticing right off the bat with our first 3 cards here is that there's a certain situation that you guys are putting your foot down about, that you guys are kind of like, okay, no more, and I'm just moving forward, I'm moving out of this situation, I am detaching and kind of just saying no. I really see you guys putting your foot down about something because you guys are trying to find balance in your life and also to start living your authentic truth. There's this desire to live your authentic truth and to also say no to something. There's a huge energy that I keep feeling about you guys saying no to something and taking time for yourself. There's a desire to take time for yourself and also reflecting on a situation. So there could also be a situation that you guys are figuring out in December, like it was confusing before, where maybe we didn't know whether to say yes or say no to someone or to something, and we were confused about what the right decision would be. And we're asking ourselves, like, what is the right decision? What is the right choice? What is the right choice? What is the right choice? And I keep hearing that you guys are going to take time out. Like saying no, putting your foot down and taking time for you is what I'm seeing is going to be happening in December. And so that you guys can kind of balance out and sort of figure out this scenario. And so I see you guys sort of like having movement where maybe we kept having to go back to the past in something. Maybe we kept having to like just call our energy back because I see this sort of maybe frustration or confusion around something, and that's finally being sorted out and figured out in December, and you're going to find the total solutions for that. And it comes after taking a pause to kind of reflect, to be on your own, and all of a sudden the answer's just like coming to you, and I think you're gonna get tons of new ideas. But we might also realize that we can't keep living in the past on something. We cannot keep being attached to the past or letting the past repeat itself or being too hard on ourselves. There's also an energy of like letting go of being too hard on yourself. Stop looking at all the mistakes, all the flaws, all of the differences, all of the lack, right? So there's this huge mindset shift that I see coming as well. And it's really interesting because I actually pulled out a few oracle cards before we got into this. And the oracle cards also signified this huge mindset shift. And I'm definitely seeing that when we have the Five of Cups next to the Wheel of Fortune. This is a mindset shift. We are finally putting our foot down and saying no. Like the fact that we also have these swords that are in here. This is like cutting the ties to old mental states, cutting the ties to situations that are making us feel weighed down, cutting ties to like mental harshness, really, because I'm also seeing that there's times where I think that you're very hard on yourself because there's been times of going through states of confusion, states of people pleasing, even states of trying to, like people pleasing. I'm getting people pleasing. So this is finally putting your foot down about that and realizing that you're your own unique person and starting to embrace your uniqueness in December. I also see you guys getting into a meditation practice. So I don't know if that's something that you guys have been interested in lately, but somehow there's like this reflection meditation practice where I think you guys are going to realize how important it is for you guys to reflect or to journal your thoughts. And I think that that's going to be something that also helps you get these epiphanies, because the Ace of Swords is very connected to epiphanies. And so I think that in December for you guys, group 2, there's going to be some big epiphanies on why things have been the way that they've been and what we need to do to change that. All of a sudden the answer is going to be so clear. There's so much clarity right here. Some of you guys might even be talking to another friend about this, but there's some sort of like huge clarity that's coming in. And things are going to all of a sudden make so much more sense. And I think you're going to start to embrace your uniqueness as well. That's something that I'm also seeing in the Three of Pentacles, is like embracing your uniqueness and not being shy about that anymore, or not feeling like I need to hold it back anymore. Allowing yourself to kind of just move forward. There's a total moving forward energy for December, and also a shift. The Wheel of Fortune is the tides are changing, and they're changing for the better. All of a sudden we're on the rise rather than on the decline. Because I think for the past maybe few months, group 2, there's been sort of this weight energy, this energy that feels like a weight. And it's been making you feel like, we're going downwards, because it's a weight that's like pulling you, and it's hard to kind of just like climb upwards and get upwards and all that kind of stuff. So there's this huge weight release, and I think there's going to be this huge epiphany that we've had this weight on ourselves because we were so stuck in this way of thinking, we were so stuck in this scenario. But through this sort of like internal reflection, again, there's going to be this sort of epiphany that comes about that makes you realize how we can go on the uprise and how much of a blessing that this was, because there's something that you do offer. So instead of like living your life looking at what you do not have and what you cannot offer, instead of looking at all the areas that you lack, start living your life through the areas that you do have. And then that will be when things start to build again. Because that's the building energy. We can build off of this. We cannot build off of this. So realizing that we need this shift, and then the Wheel of Fortune is that shift. So December is going to be this massive shift. And I also see you guys desiring to get your life together too by the end of the year, like really desiring to like be different and do different things in the new year. There's a whole shift coming up. It's like focusing more on abundance rather than lack. That's going to be one of the huge shifts in December. Okay, so also I pulled out these oracle cards, which they were all like very similar, and they made a lot of sense in this reading. So we had anger coming up, we had sadness, we had anxiety, and then we had surrender. So this was really interesting to me because I was sort of seeing this kind of energy in this reading that you guys are sort of getting over some like mental block, mental limitation, mental confusion. So there's something that I think that's been bothering you, and it could be just the mindset that you were in that's been bothering you, or like a situation that wasn't like figuring itself out, that might have been like weighing on you and blocking like clear vision. Like there's confusion here because see how this like crack is going through the eye? That sort of means that we were sort of seeing the world with like a cracked screen almost, and it's time to kind of fix and repair that. And certain things might have been going wrong, right? Because sometimes when we have anger, that energy can like spew out into the world and cause certain things to just go wrong when they normally wouldn't. And so that's finally healing. We also had the sadness card, and I see that energy absolutely healing in December for you guys, because there was something that was confusing, and again, it was like weighing you down. We also had anxiety, so there's something that might, like the confusing situation might have been giving you anxiety, because it's like, well, how do I fix it? What do I do about it? That's all going to be healing, my love, because I think you guys are going to be surrendering to it with the Four of Swords and reflecting on it. And right when you surrender and you say, okay, well, like, I'm just going to let go of the things that I cannot do and that I don't have control over, and the things that haven't worked out, it is time to just surrender that, like the Five of Cups too. Letting go of the areas that you lack. Surrender to that. Like, that's fine. That's okay. We all have that. So instead of focusing on that, let's focus on what we do have and what we can offer, and let's build that. And then all of a sudden, when you start doing that, the Wheel of Fortune comes in and changes the entire direction. So instead of going downwards, all of a sudden the wheel keeps going, and guess what? We're going upwards. We're on the upwards turn. And so December is going to be all about that upwards turn, surrendering to all of this and realizing that we can't control any of that anyway. It's time to just accept ourselves. And then through those epiphanies, everything starts to get better. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into some more cards that we pulled. So we also have these ones that I got for us. This is the Owl Spirit of Wisdom and the Phoenix of Transmutation. Oh my God, when these cards came out, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. That's like so fitting. So with the Wisdom card, I think that you guys are going to be learning so much through this sort of like time period, through December. Like, all of a sudden these epiphanies are going to be coming to you, like I was saying with this card, and lots of things are going to start to make sense. I also am getting that you guys are going to get into reading. There's going to be something important that you guys are reading in December. Like an important book, or it could be like maybe even a podcast or an article that you end up reading online or something like that, or a video that you end up watching. There's something that you're either reading or watching or listening to that's like going to up-level you in some way. It's going to be like, again, that huge epiphany, and it could even come through meditation. But I'm also getting that you guys are going to be like reading or listening to something that is going to just really up-level you in December. We also have this transmutation card. And this is, again, the phoenix rising through the ashes. I'm sure you guys have heard of that, that saying before. And this one is very connected to your guys' reading, because you are the phoenix rising through the ashes in December. We're getting through all of the kind of hardship that we were going through, all those kind of like mental blocks and obstacles. You're the phoenix rising out of it. I really think that you guys are going to be coming out so much more powerful, so much more motivated, energized, excited about life again. There's a whole new energy coming in, this whole up-leveling and uplifting energy coming in right before the new year. So with that being said, we also have these cards that came in. So we had Reflect, which obviously makes sense so much for you guys, Group 2, because this is obviously you guys taking time to reflect, which we were talking about with the Four of Swords. So that just kind of reiterates that kind of energy. Also, you could be reflecting with somebody, a reflection of like a past with somebody. For some reason, that's coming up too. We also have the Warrior and the Observer. So the Warrior, I think that you guys are going to be like claiming back your power. And again, we have a sword here. The swords have been a huge theme in your guys' reading. We had that Ace of Swords, which almost looks just like this. So it's almost you guys really taking back your power, to say the least. And being able to kind of, again, cut away old mentalities. The swords also resemble epiphanies, new ideas, new ways of thinking, new thought. It can also be connected to reading and watching things. So some of you guys might be interested in that, and then maybe you're going to read or watch something that, again, ends up being very inspiring and incredibly motivating to you. The Observer is also very connected to the Reflection card, because I think that you guys are going to be sort of really starting to observe yourself, observe your mind, observe your thoughts. And I think a lot of, again, epiphanies are coming to you through that, because I think you guys are going to be seeing lots of old ways of thinking and being that were not of your highest good. They weren't really serving you. Okay, so yeah, and you're almost gonna see how you guys have weaved that web, as we can see like the ties that these hands have to it. So I think you guys are gonna be realizing how you're able to change that and control that, and realizing that it's up to you, and realizing how you've been creating that. Very interesting. Lots of good epiphanies are coming up in this reading here. So with that being said, let's get some more cards here. So we're going to go ahead and take this deck. Let's see what else we get for you guys. Group 2. The month of December for group 2, we have close encounters. So for one, I think you guys are freeing yourself, because just the imagery on this card is like freeing yourself, getting out of the cage, getting out of limitation. The cages symbolize limitation. So all of a sudden we're realizing so much more of our potential. Butterflies also symbolize transformation. So you guys are going through a huge transformation. And I think you guys are going to be opening yourself up to so much more and seeing that you can achieve more than what you give yourself credit for. And so in the new year, I think you're going to give yourself the chance to dream bigger. And also with this card, close encounters is sort of reminding me of like maybe almost coming in contact with somebody that maybe we used to know. Or another thing that I'm getting from this is almost having these butterflies going off in your stomach that are kind of like leading you in a new direction. These like little inklings that are leading you in a new direction. That's what I'm kind of getting from that close encounters. It's like we're almost feeling what it would feel like to achieve our goal. It's like, so we're on like the edge of it. We're on the precipice of this new energy, of this new opportunity. So that's also another thing I'm seeing in that, is like you guys are going to be feeling like you're like right on the cusp of something. All right, and we also have healing the heart here. So yeah, there's going to be something that you guys are getting over, and you're able to kind of like let go of. And this is also about being kind to yourself and welcoming in self-love. Healing how you talk to yourself, how you see yourself, healing the limitation that you used to put on yourself. Instead of caging yourself up and saying, no, I can't do that, or no, like that's too much, or I don't deserve the biggest thing. You're putting yourself in your own cage. And so healing your heart is kind of realizing that there's more opportunity for you. And also kind of like letting go of the past as well. And then we also have a grand symphony coming in. So a grand symphony is when we're like, the light bulb goes off and we finally are able to hear and make sense of what's been going on. It's like the aha moment. So I'm seeing this aha moment coming in. I'm also seeing celebration, because a grand symphony is also kind of like when we're celebrating something. It's also very connected to music. So music could be very healing at this time and very inspirational. And also just like, I'm getting that you're going to be hearing or like feeling, there's just this calling. There's going to be a calling that you guys have in December. And it's going to be like a very loud, palpable sort of feeling that's like just calling you in this new direction. And again, it's going to be the butterflies going off that are just calling you, in this new direction. So with that being said, let's get some more cards here for you guys. Group 2. December for group 2. What else is going to be in December for group 2? We have glamour. So yes, treating yourself for one, also seeing yourself in a new light. We have 2 purple cards here, which are very connected to the crown chakra, which is letting go of attachments, letting go of old mental states, and letting go of self-consciousness. like being too self-conscious, letting your imagination wander, because anytime we're too self-conscious, we don't let our imagination be free. And when our imagination is not free, of course, we're not getting new ideas and we feel like we're stuck and we're not moving forward. I also would highly suggest amethyst for you guys, just because these colors are just so connected with amethyst, and I'm really seeing, like, amethyst is very good at letting go of addictions, healing the mind, healing our crown chakra and our attachments, self-consciousness, letting go of all of that. It's also about letting go of addictions, helping let go of the past and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really seeing amethyst for you guys. But anyway, I see you guys opening up your mind so much, because as you open up and you let yourself out of the limitation, out of the cage, the mind is able to perceive of so much more. I also see you guys getting back into self-love and self-care, and yeah, like treating yourself and pampering yourself, getting ready, making yourself into the best possible version of yourself. Also starting to see the beauty in the world and the impact that you desire to have on this planet. If some of you guys are into art, I'm also seeing art through imagination and glamour, because that's very artsy. So getting new inspiration for that as well is something I'm seeing in these cards. So with that being said, we're going to get into our next deck. We're going to get into this one right here, which is essentially, we've been doing this thing where we have a pick a card within a pick a card. So you guys can think about any question that you desire to ask. And I'm going to be laying down 3 different cards. And you guys will essentially just pick the one that you're the most drawn to. And then that will be the answer to your question. Again, you can think of anything that you want. So let's see here. There's a bunch of cards that are trying to come out already. So for group 1, there's going to be group 1. This one I'm feeling for group 2. And then I'm feeling this one for group 3. So here's our 3 options. So again, think of any question that you desire to know about, and pause the video if you need more time to look at the cards. But without further ado, we're gonna just get right into it. So if you guys chose card 1, your answer is abundance. So abundance is coming. If you guys have also been asking about money lately, this is a huge confirmation for that. If you guys are asking about if something is coming for you, or if you can, or if you deserve something, or whatever along the lines of this, abundance means that there is more than you even can perceive about right now. There is more opportunity, and there's more to this than you can even see in the moment. There's more that's coming to you. Abundance. And abundance is very positive, by the way. Abundance is very, very, very positive. So this is obviously this is abundance in a positive direction. And this is also a reminder that there's abundance in all forms. If there's an abundance of negativity, it means there's also an abundance of positivity. It is never out of balance. And so it's just depending on what side of the spectrum that you are on. And abundance in this card means that there's very good energy coming your way, and an abundance of it, more than you expect, okay? If you guys chose card number 2, the answer to your question here is you're ready. It is time. It means the time is now, my love. So start putting energy towards it. Start taking steps towards it. And know and trust that it is coming. The universe hears you. The energy that surrounds you right now understands the direction that you're going in and what you desire. It is time, and it is a reminder that it is on the way. It is already happening, and it is on the way. Okay? All right. Card 3, if you guys chose this one, your answer is communicate clearly. So this card talks about the fact that we need to begin to express ourselves more. We need to put our voice out there. We need to reveal the curtains. We need to express more. We need to open up more. We need to also make our minds clear. We need to be very clear about what it is that we want. Not have these vague ideas like, what do you want? What is the actual emotion? What is the feeling behind it? Why do we want it? and start taking steps of opening up to that so that people can understand you, the universe can hear you, everything can then understand you and what you desire and what you want. So it is time to be specific and do scripting, or start revealing, start putting yourself out there. Don't hold back. This is about the expression. This is about opening up, okay? So those are the 3 different answers we have over there. So with that being said, we're also going to take the self-care deck. We've been using this deck in the readings lately and I've been loving it, and then we're going to get into our astro dice. But we're essentially going to be asking spirits what kind of advice they have for group 2 for what they should be focusing on in December and what they should be doing. So really kind of feeling these top 2 cards. So we have intuition, connect with fire, so fire energy, so your passion, your desires. Let's get one more here for you guys. So group 2, I am really feeling this one right here. Dream journal. Ooh, yes. So this fits in so well. So it is time to, for one, dream journal can be connected to actually just having a dream journal and writing down what you dream about. This can help with lucid dreaming. This can help with creativity. It can help with memory. Sorry guys, had to restart my camera because it cut out. But yeah, it can help with memory. It can help with intuition, all that kind of stuff. But dream journal can also be perceived as writing down what your dreams are, what your goals are. Okay? What do you want in this world? What do you desire? All right, and then we also have intuition. So connecting with your intuition, your gut feelings about what to do or where to go. Also intuition, whenever we're feeling like we're in a bad mindset or a bad emotional state, it is because we've outgrown something and we need to shed our old skin. It's saying that our current way of being and our current way of living does not work for us anymore. We've reached the peak. We're like hitting against a wall. And so that's why it feels emotionally frustrating and confusing, is because we've outgrown something, we've outgrown an old way of being, and our cage is too small, our shell is too small. We need to now expand ourselves. So listen to your intuition, listen to your emotions. When you've outgrown something, look at it, she's literally like up-leveling. Like there's all these little this reminds me of those Russian dolls that, you guys have outgrown the last one. It is time to uncage yourself and move into the next realm where you can expand again, because whenever we're in a bad emotional state is because we need to expand. We have limited ourselves too much. We've outgrown our cage, which is why we had the butterflies, the uncaging butterflies in this card. Okay, and look at it, it's connected. We need to crack open. We need to crack open. We need to open our voice. We need to communicate more. Listen to your intuition. Also connect with fire energy, okay? So express yourself. This is also connecting to what you're passionate about. It's connecting to creativity. Connecting to action taking, take action. Also cracking open. When we have a fire, it cracks open the wood and all the things that we put into it. So this is also about cracking open, breaking open. Allowing yourself to be expressive. Fire energy is also very expressive about their emotions and their personality. Do not hold back your personality, my love. It is causing emotional turmoil. It's time to crack open and be fully expressive about who you are and all that kind of stuff. So that is what is happening here in December for you guys. So with that being said, let's get into our astro dice here. So we're going to take the zodiac sign dice. We're going to roll it 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are most likely going to be the most prominent in December. So let's see what we get here. We have Aries energy. We have Leo energy. And we have literally all the fire signs. So connect with fire, you guys. We also have the Knight of Wands here. Connect with fire energy. Fire energy is prominent in the month of December. So let's roll all these together now to get any last information for you guys. So we have Aries, we have Pluto in Aries in the 5th house. So, it is time to let the old creativity, I think you guys have been trying to operate from an old place of creativity that you've outgrown, or that's gone out of style, or that's that you guys have outgrown, I guess. you've been still trying to operate from this old creativity. And the fifth house can also be your dating life too, by the way. So for some of you guys, that could be a thing that's also connected. So maybe we've outgrown a certain way of being in our dating life and we need to like change things up a little bit. Maybe we need to reignite the spark, but we can't continue doing the same old things. Like if once before in your creative life or in your dating life, we used to do a certain activity all the time, maybe we've outgrown that. Maybe it's like getting dull because we keep trying to do the same things over and over again. Aries symbolizes that we need a reset. We need something new. We need to invite new energy in. So we need to invite new energy in our dating life. We also need to invite new energy in our creative life. So with whatever you're creative with, your artsy side, your inspiration side, your passion, connect with fire. Guys, fire energy. Connect with that, reignite the spark. It is time for you guys, group 2, to reignite the spark in your life by letting the old ways die. We cannot keep doing things the same way that we've always done them because we've outgrown it. It's getting boring. It's getting stagnant. There's no more energy left in it. We've juiced the lemon to its last drop. It is time to grab a fresh lemon, okay? Or maybe we can try a lime this time or an orange or something else, you know? So that is what we have here for you guys, group number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 3, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading, so I'll top right into it. All right, so group number 3, here's what we got for you guys. We have the 2 of Pentacles next to the 2 of Swords. We have the 7 of Cups, the Empress, Temperance, and then the 9 of Swords being reversed at the very end over here. So all in all, it looks like it's going to be a great December full of lots of new stuff, okay? So starting off with the 2 of Pentacles, there's either something that we're juggling or we're trying to find balance with, or we're trying to integrate something new, or we're bouncing back between a few different ideas, trying to find our balance, trying to find our place. When it is next to the 2 of Swords here, there's something that we're not seeing. There's another kind of solution or an idea that we don't quite see yet. And it's amazing that the next card that we have here is the 7 of Cups. So what I see happening for you guys in December is sort of this like debating on like, oh, do I do this or do I do that? Or what do I want to add in next into my life? Or what do I want to do? But what we don't yet see is that there's something even better coming our way. There's a whole new idea coming our way that we don't even perceive of right now with the 7 of Cups. And we are going to sort of like take on a new idea, and there's going to be a new energy flowing in. We also have this Empress card, which signifies abundance. So I wouldn't be surprised if we make some new decisions in the month of December that lead us towards welcoming in more abundance, more money, and brewing up sort of like a new project or a new idea. And that is going to be essentially like baking in December. So the Empress card resembles a pregnant woman, but pregnancy can symbolize that we have this idea that is then brewing and we're growing it. So there's like a whole embryo growing of this like new idea. And then we have Temperance over here. So Temperance is about finding balance. There's lots of these cards that are this sort of like balancing energy with the 2 2s that we have, and then Temperance. So it's almost like you're integrating a new idea, integrating a new opportunity, integrating something new into your schedule, a new routine or a new hobby, or again, like a new idea. There's like some sort of opportunity that you're taking, and we're needing to like integrate that into our lives. This is also about finding more balance, more moderation, and getting into feeling like we are balanced and like we can do all of our tasks and we can have enough time for it. It's like rescheduling yourself and feeling like you have a lot more time in your day. And I also see you guys letting go of a lot of different worries with this Nine of Swords being reversed, because this can indicate that maybe there was something that was stressing us out, maybe over here when we were kind of like undecided about something and we're kind of like frizzle-frazzled in between two different ideas, or trying to find time, trying to juggle out our schedule and make enough time for certain things. I see you guys really finding balance and catching up with all that you need to do, and all of a sudden the stress of that kind of goes away because we are finding our footing. And I also think that this new idea is just going to bring about so much more abundance to where you don't really need to worry, or it's like we work less, right? So this new opportunity could be an opportunity where we don't need to work as much, we work less, or something along the lines of that. But it is providing more moderation in terms of work for you guys, more moderation in your schedule, to where we feel like we're more open and things are flowing so much easier, and we're finding balance between our personal lives and our work lives and like all the different things. Okay, so tons of balance, tons of like integration of this new idea, and just a lot of moving forward energy. Okay, so that's all looking like really good. Let's see if I see anything else happening in here. I also think that this new opportunity is going to be better than what you think it is. There's something that we don't see about it quite yet. And there might be challenges along the road with this new idea, their own little challenges, but all in all, it looks like super good and more abundant than what we're imagining. Like, this has room to grow into something way more than what we currently see. I also think that some of you guys might be making plans to travel in the future with the Temperance card. So you might be making plans for the new year of traveling in the new year. That can be coming up as well. Yeah. Tons of just like finding balance and flow and finding more time. The Empress can also sometimes deal with the mother as well. So we might be connecting with our mother again, especially if she lives far away. So some of you guys, that could totally be a thing as well that I'm seeing that could be a possibility for some of you guys. So yeah, that's looking great. So with that being said, let's get some more cards on here for you guys. So let's take this deck right here. Let's see what else we get. So group 3, more about December for group 3. Also, some of you guys, there might be a pregnancy in the family just because the Empress is coming up, or you guys might be pregnant. Again, obviously that's not going to be relevant for each and every one of you. It is a general reading, so I know some of you guys are like, I don't even have a boyfriend. Like, how could I get pregnant or whatever? But yeah, the Empress can sometimes signify that there is, like, we're expecting a new baby in the family. Can also be that as well. So I just want to point that out for some of you guys who that might be relevant for. So let's see what else we get here for you guys. Group 3. So we have surrender. We also have sadness coming in. So there's something that you guys are releasing with this Nine of Swords being reversed. There's something that you guys are totally releasing. And I think that, yeah, you guys are letting go of maybe bad dreams. I'm seeing that you guys might have gone through a time of like dealing with maybe bad dreams or sort of like negative thoughts. We also have mystery coming up. So there's something being revealed to you guys in December, like a surprise. Actually, you know what? Looking at the Two of Swords next to the Seven of Cups next to the Empress, there could be a total surprise coming out for you guys in December, group 3. Like an unexpected surprise, an unexpected like gift, or something. It's something unexpected, to say the least, coming in. And it's going to be really exciting too. Yeah, and also mystery is also connected to if you guys have been trying to seek out a new idea. it's like this idea we couldn't see in our old perspective. So there's something, there's like a perspective shift happening in December, and then we're going to be able to perceive of this like new idea that can take us to where we want to go and bring us in more abundance than what we were expecting. And so it's going to kind of like take you out of your funk, because the sadness I almost see just as like not necessarily a bad mental state, but kind of like there was clouds clouding our vision to where we were kind of confused about a certain thing. And as we begin to kind of just like let go, the mystery kind of gets revealed, and then all of a sudden it makes sense. So let's see what other cards we get. So group 3, December for group 3, we have reclaim. So reclaiming your power and reclaiming your abundance, your ability to attain abundance. And maybe even like reclaiming a dream that you guys had that you might have let go of. Like saying that it can be yours again and reclaiming that and going after that and finally just being like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. All right, and then we also have these cards coming up. So we have play. So I see December being a very fun month for you guys, where you're able to just like let loose and enjoy yourself, especially in terms of another person in your life, just being able to just really like let loose and enjoy and have fun. So I see you guys kind of like letting go of the responsibility that we might have and just kind of making more time to just enjoy. We also have compassion coming up. I see this one as just December being a more emotionally connected month. Feeling more, emotionally connected, more open. Also, the antlers symbolize kind of like a masculine energy. And so I think that you guys are going to be more action oriented, especially when it comes to like planning certain things or saying yes to something. We also have connect to heart, the loyalty card with the dogs. So that's really connected to being loyal and commitment. So you guys might commit to a new idea. You guys might be committing deeper to someone. Or being, loyal to a dream that you guys have. Connecting to heart is like sort of with the compassion energy that we have here. This could be connecting deeper to someone in your life or reconnecting with somebody as well. Overall, I see just like a playful energy, a really fun, like playful energy coming into your life. It's also interesting that we have the feline, like the cat, and we have the dog. So we have both feminine and masculine energy that's in like a good balance in December. That's interesting. So it's kind of like planting new seeds, because we need like the feminine and masculine energy in order to like plant a seed and birth new life. So it's like you guys are finally like having the idea plus the action energy both in December. So it's kind of like seeding new soil, like seeding a new idea for it to be able to grow. And maybe it's still kind of a mystery right now, but it's going to be revealed slowly, and it's going to kind of grow more and more. And again, it's going to bring in a lot more abundance than what you expect. I think there's more to this new idea than what we realize right now. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take our next deck of cards. Let's see what we get here. So group 3, December. December for group 3. We have wisdom coming up. So this one for me is kind of connected to learning new things. It's connected to books. It's connected to listening to like podcasts or listening to things. Could be audiobooks, it could be listening to like YouTube, just expanding yourself in some kind of way. So I'm definitely seeing like a knowledge expansion, mental expansion. This could also be learning something. Yeah, so somebody coming to you with new information that we didn't know of before. Like a message coming in that we weren't expecting. Oh my gosh, we also have the playfulness card, which is interesting because we had that card right here too. So definitely a fun sort of energy. There could also be somebody in your life that comes to you with a very playful energy that might be kind of like joking or hinting at something, and it ends up kind of like taking on a deeper fruition. Like we might be joking around about like maybe we should go on a huge vacation together, or like maybe we should like do this together, or like wouldn't it be funny if we did that? Like there could be a playful energy around something that ends up having more seriousness to it than we realize. Okay, so there's like a mystery here. So there's something that is being sort of like that we're being playful about, or somebody's coming to us being playful about something, like kind of joking, but there's an undertone of seriousness here, and we don't really see how it's like unfolding and going, but it's definitely manifesting in a bigger direction than we realize. So yeah, let's see what else we get with this deck right here. So group 3, what else do we have for December? For group 3, we have shining through. So yeah, someone's gonna open up to you, and I think you guys are opening up your heart too. You guys are opening up to a deeper opportunity, opening up, like letting your playfulness shine, letting your light shine more, and somebody's doing the same thing to you in December as well, like opening up a little bit more and like playfully like putting out little ideas. And again, it could be you guys that are doing that too. We also have smoke and mirrors, which talk about mystery again. So we have another sort of like mysterious card where we're not seeing the whole picture yet. So there's something that's still being revealed more and more in the month of December that we might not fully see quite yet. We don't see its full potentiality quite yet. Smoke and mirrors can sometimes also mean that we are letting go of being stuck in like an illusion. We're letting go of not seeing the full picture, or a confusing time. So we might be debating something, or we might be unsure about how to attain a certain goal. This means information is going to be revealed to us. And as the smoke fades, we see with more clarity, right? So there's something that's going to be shining through and bursting through, something that, like information we've been waiting on, or maybe somebody's been holding back on telling us something that's going to be finally shine through, or it could even be us. Maybe we've been like holding ourselves back a little bit, and we're going to be opening up and allowing ourselves, our authenticity, to fully shine through in December. So with that being said, we're going to get like one card from this deck right here. So let's see, group 3 for December. Go, perfect. Let's see what we get. We have standstill. So something that we're waiting on is coming to open up, burst through. Something that we've been waiting on, something that we've been scared to like move forward on, is going to be sort of opening up. An opportunity is going to be opening up that we've been waiting on. Maybe even a project that we've been holding off on for a while is finally moving forward, and we're finally opening up and doing it because we're getting information and we're finally seeing how we can do that, and the means and the ways are opening up. The inspiration is shining through, the knowledge, the know-how is shining through. Again, wisdom with the owl. Finally, we're learning and gaining the knowledge and information that we need to move forward on something that we've been on standby with. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to go into our next deck, and this is like a fun thing that we've been doing lately, which is essentially a pick a card within a pick a card. So this has been super fun lately, and essentially I'm going to shuffle these cards, and then I'm going to be laying down 3 different groups, and then you guys are going to think of any question that you want to ask. It can literally be anything. So think about a question. If you need more time, you can like pause the video, but I'll be laying down 3 different ones. So there's group 1. Here's group 2, and here's group 3. So take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the card that you're the most drawn to for your particular question. And without further ado, let's just hop right into it. So if you guys chose card number 1 to answer your question, we have forgiveness. So something needs to be let go of before we can move forward on this. This could even be you guys forgiving yourselves. Maybe you're being too hard on yourself and it's holding you back because maybe we've been way too much of a perfectionist, or we've been too hard on ourselves about the fact that we haven't moved forward yet, or we're not where we want to be in life, or we feel like, you know, we're too old, we've waited too long. We need to forgive ourselves before we can move forward on this. We also need to be less hard on ourselves, because you're dimming your light. Whenever you're hard on yourself and you're saying like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I made this mistake, or you know, you're just overly critical, you end up dimming your light and holding back lots of yourself. You're sort of putting yourself in a box. So if you want to reach this goal, if there's something you're desiring to reach, we need to forgive the self. And we also need to forgive anyone else that's involved. It's because if there's other people that are maybe holding you back, it's time to forgive that and then move forward. Move forward in the direction you want to go in, and let go of the ties, let go of the restrictions and the ties that we have to other circumstances or other situations, or even with ourselves. So that needs to be done first before we can attain our goal. And once we do that, our goal is going to be much easier to attain. Okay, it's going to be much more readily available. All the wisdom is going to come in, and all of the flow is going to start happening. So card number 2, if you guys chose this one, the answer to your question is trust. Oh my goodness, this one has been coming up a lot for people lately. So if we do not believe that we can attain something, we're not even going to jump on any opportunity that does come up. Okay, nor are we even going to perceive of those opportunities if we do not believe that we can attain something, if we do not trust that the universe can provide that for us, if we don't trust that that is available to us, if we don't trust that we are worthy, or we can have it, or if it's even possible, right? If we do not believe that, if we have limiting beliefs on it in any way, shape, or form, if we have limiting beliefs on our desires, it is going to be almost impossible for it to come into our lives, because with all these restrictions, again, we're not going to even perceive of the pathways that are there for us, because we're not even going to be looking for them. Like, if you did not believe that aliens existed, would you even perceive of ways to find them? No, because your brain wouldn't even be working in that direction. You wouldn't even be thinking about it. Like, why would you even be trying to do that if you didn't believe that they existed? If you didn't believe that that the ocean is within 10 miles of you, would you even go looking for it if you did not believe it was right there? Even if it's right there, if you didn't believe that it was right there, would you even be looking? Would you even go down the road to be like, let's go find it, if you truly, truly did not believe it existed? No, because why would you? You wouldn't even perceive of it, because your mind's not even going in that direction. So I hope that makes sense. So for you guys, if you want to even find the pathways, you need to believe that it's possible. The only people that end up looking for magic are the people that believe it exists. The only people that end up looking for their goals are the ones who believe that the possibility of it is there, and that there is a chance that they could find it. Or even the ones that are like, I will do it, I will do this, and I do have the ability, and this will happen for me. Then yes, of course it will, because you're going to be going after it. So yes, trust is so important. So group number 3, if you guys chose this one, let's see what we have for you guys. We have wait. So wait means that maybe now is not the right time. Maybe there's certain things that need to happen and conspire first in order for this to be the best opportunity. So it might not be the right time. Or this could mean that if we've been waiting for so long, maybe we've been perpetually stuck in the waiting phase. And this might mean that we need to take some kind of action first. Maybe we need to cut ties to something. Okay, another thing that I'm seeing with the sword here is that maybe this thing isn't happening yet. Maybe we are stuck right now because we still need to cut ties to something else. Maybe we need to cut ties to limiting beliefs. Maybe we need to cut ties to people that are holding us back. Maybe we need to cut ties to old opinions. Maybe we need to cut ties to an old thing that we need to let go of in order to make room for this new thing. Okay? Or there could just be something here with waiting. Maybe now is just not the right time. Maybe, again, other things need to conspire and happen in order to lead us down the right path. Maybe the right path is emerging, because wait means that it is emerging. It's not telling you to stop. It's not telling you to rethink your dream. It's saying wait, because maybe our dream is so big that we need to still walk down the path a bit further before we can see our castle, right? Maybe it's a bit further down the road. So continue walking in that direction, but be patient. This is the card of like, be patient. And, you know, maybe there's more information that we need to know first. So for example, like if we're writing a book, maybe we feel like we have all the information right now, but maybe the universe is like, wait. I'm going to reveal to you even more information that's going to make your book like 10 times better if you just wait and trust. So maybe there's like certain delays that are popping up in your life right now that are forcing you to kind of stop and wait and take a back seat for a second, because the universe is like, do I ever have a surprise for you? I'm going to make this thing that you're working on 10 times better by showing you something new, like a new inspiration. So sometimes these delays are blessings in disguise, my love, okay? So that is something I do want to point out. So with that being said, we're going to go into our last deck of cards before going into our Astro Dice. So over here we have this self-care deck, and I've been loving using this lately because basically we're going to ask your guides and angels and spirit to come through and give us some advice on what you guys should be focusing on in the month of December for like self-care and all this stuff like that. So group 3, what should group 3 be focusing on and doing in December to have the best December yet? Connect with your womb. So whether you are male or female or whatever, connect with your womb is connect with the feminine energy. So connect with self-care and nurturing, and nurture an idea, because you can see this egg right here. This depiction is like really graphic. But this egg that's right here, this talks about incubating an idea. So this is really connected to our wait card and what we were talking about with this card. Wait, because it's still brewing. There's something that's still brewing, and we need to give ourselves self-nurture and self-care. And we also need to, whenever we're working on something or connecting with another person or like incubating something that we're desiring to attain or do, we need to nurture it so it can be the best it can be. So there needs to be more nurture towards the people in your life, towards yourself, and towards the projects that you're wanting to work on. We need to invite more of that feminine mother energy and nurture more. Let's see what else we get for you guys. Group 3. Oddly feeling that card. Make a vision board. So what do you desire to have in your life? Connect with manifestation more, you guys, especially for the new year. Oh my gosh, make a vision board. Look at that. Master number 33 right here. Celebration. What do you want to celebrate in the new year? What major milestones do you want to reach? It's going to be very important to do that, to kind of claim what you desire to attain in the new year. So your guides are definitely coming through being like, it is going to be so important. Please do this so that you can hold your vision, so that you can hold that vision. We also have nourish your temple. So what are you feeding yourself? What are the foods that you're giving yourself? Maybe there's certain things that we need to cut out of our diet. Maybe we need to focus more on our nutrition. Maybe we need to have better nutrition. Maybe we're needing to make changes in our diet so that we're actually nourishing ourselves and we're not letting ourselves go hungry, or we're not overeating and overindulging, and we're not binging on things that are bad for us, or allowing ourselves to give into our cravings, right? So there's tons of different things that can come up with this card. So your guides are also coming through telling you to focus on nourishment, okay? Feminine energy, nurturing, nourishment, and vision. Visualize what you desire, okay? So with that being said, let's get into our Astro dice now to end off this reading. So we're going to roll the zodiac sign dice 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are most likely going to be the most prominent in your life in December. I keep trying to say November, but this is all about December. So yeah, it's still November right now. That's probably why I'm still stuck on that. But yes, for December. Let's see what comes up for you guys. Group 3. We have Virgo coming up, which is the mother nurturing female energy, so no wonder. We also have Leo coming up, Virgo, Leo. We got Leo coming up again, so tons of Leo energy here. And we have Gemini coming up as well, so some Gemini energy too. So with that being said, let's go ahead and roll all of these together to get any last info on this reading for you guys. So we have the moon being in Virgo. Ooh, got some enchanting energy right when I saw that. In the first house, this is all about yourself. This is hugely nourishment in what goes into your stomach, you guys, because the first house deals with the body. Also, I'm going to totally brighten up this camera. It is getting dark in here. So, okay. The first house deals with the body. Virgo deals with nutrients, food, witchcraft, even Taurus deals with that too. But with Virgo, it's also about health and healing. Health and healing. The moon is the stomach. It rules the stomach. So what are you feeding yourself, guys? That's a huge thing that keeps coming up in this group. What are you feeding yourself? We need to properly nourish ourselves. Focus on proper nourishment. Okay? Like, in order to rebuild our cells, we need proper nourishment because your cells get rebuilt based on breaking down the food that you eat and rebuilding your cells with that. So what are you eating? How much are you eating? Like, focus on all of those things to get your body back in balance. What are you putting into your body, and are you giving it enough or are you giving it too much? We need to find balance. So, yes. Also, on top of that though, this definitely deals with emotional healing as well, focusing on a new vision, listening to your intuition, because all of these are very, Sorry guys, the camera cut out at some point, so I'm just gonna kind of repeat what we were saying over here. I'm not sure when it cut out, so I'm sorry if I repeat myself, but this is super connected to the stomach and to nourishment and to healing. So it is time to heal yourself, because the number 1 deals with the body. The first house is the body. This is about healing, and this is about the stomach. So we need to watch out what we're feeding ourselves, what we're putting into ourselves. And this is also about healing and kind of creating a spiritual vision as well. Who do you desire to be? This is hugely about healing yourself and also connecting to what you desire to do with your life, who you desire to be. This is emotional healing, healing yourself and getting back into alignment with you and what you desire. All right, sorry guys, my camera cut out and I'm not sure at what point it cut out at, so I'm just gonna kind of repeat what we just went over here. But the moon is very connected to the stomach. Virgo is very connected to healing and nutrients and things like that. And the first house is very connected to the body. So again, there's a reiteration over here about what you guys are allowing into your body. Also, sorry, the brightness is like getting way high now. So what are you putting into your body? This is also about healing your stomach, healing your nutrition. This is also, the moon and Virgo are very connected to esoterica, spirituality. So this is listening to your intuition, especially your gut intuition, and refocusing on who do you really desire to be? What impact do you want to have on the world? Who do you desire to be? What vision do you have for that? It's time to make that a physical vision of who you desire to be and what you desire to feel like on a daily basis. And hugely, that's going to be influenced by how you nourish yourself and the visions that you focus on, what you spend your time doing, and the footprint that you want to leave on this planet. So that is what we have here for you guys, group number 3. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 4, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 4, here's what we have for you guys. We start off with the 2 of Cups, then we have the High Priestess, the Fool, the 8 of Swords being reversed, then we have the 8 of Pentacles upright, and then we have the Hangman to end us off. So let's talk about your month of December. So one of the things that I'm noticing right off the bat is the High Priestess right next to the 2 of Cups. The High Priestess is the card that symbolizes secrets or withholding information. I don't mean this in a bad way, just so you know, because it's like these are some really good cards it's surrounded by. But I would say that there is somebody in your life who is going to express some really deep feelings towards you in the month of December. This could even resemble yourself, that maybe even you are harboring like some internal feelings that you're just gonna kind of like come out and be free with in the month of December. So either somebody, or honestly it could be a mutual thing between you and somebody else, but there's some like internal feelings that are being held back right now. And being right next to the Fool card, this symbolizes kind of like taking a leap of faith and like jumping off a cliff, like not literally, but metaphorically. So I would assume that for you guys in the month of December, you're either going to receive a message or be communicating with somebody where either you or this other person is kind of going to like take a little risk and, you know, just like pour themselves out about how they feel. Because yeah, the Fool with like, you know, jumping off the cliff, it's sort of this, have you guys ever had that feeling before when you're about to text somebody something that you are like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to send this message, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, and then you just like close your eyes and you click send and you're like, oh my God, okay, it's sent, there's no going back now. This is the feeling that I get for you guys for the month of December. There is some sort of like taking a leap, taking a chance sort of energy that's going to be happening in December in regards to another person. This is a kind of like, this is some kind of connection right here. So there is a leap, there is a risk that is being taken, and it's sort of like this like secret. There's a secret energy. This could be secret admirer, or this could be, you know, somebody that just has deeper emotion for you than you know about, and they're just gonna like take that leap. And again, also, like I said, it could also be yourself that is having this deep emotion, and it's gonna be like, okay, I've been holding on to this for long enough. It's time to just take that leap, take that risk, and just, and being next to the 8 of Swords also reiterates the same message, especially since the 8 of Swords is reversed, because beforehand, it's like we were closed off. We were caged up. We were not expressing ourselves. We were kind of just keeping our thoughts internal, keeping everything internal. And when the 8 of Swords is reversed, this is us becoming free, setting ourselves free and opening up. This can also mean that information's being revealed to us, because beforehand, you know, she's blindfolded, but then when this card becomes reversed, we're taking the blindfold off. So this means information is coming to you, new information. So information's getting revealed. And it's also about us opening up as well. So it's kind of a two-way street. I'm getting this two-way street energy about, you know, you opening up to somebody and that person also very much opening up to you. So yeah, it's just like new things are being revealed, new ideas are coming out. I'm definitely getting new ideas, new emotions, new directions. The Fool is also taking a leap into a new direction. It's a new beginning. So there could be this new beginning energy where we are sort of like, I've never really done this before, but let's do it kind of feeling. So yeah, that's looking really exciting here, group 4, like, ooh, hoo, hoo. And it's interesting that you guys chose this crystal. This crystal reminds me of a starry night. And this just makes me feel like there's something gonna happen during one of the nights of December, during like a starry night, and it's just gonna be very inspirational and magical. Like that stone reminds me of inspiration, magic, and nighttime. So there's some sort of nighttime inspirational magical moment that I'm seeing happening in December for you guys. I also see you guys very inspired to work on something. This could be working on yourselves more. I definitely see you guys working on yourselves more when I look at this card. And I also see working on a project and working on a few other things. But right off the bat, I'm noticing this sort of energy of, I want to become the best I can be. I want to be the best I can be. So this is kind of like laying down the ideas of like, what can I change? What can I improve on? What can I refine? There's something that you're refining about yourself because there's this desire, there's this inspiration, a passion to be the best you can be. And this could be in regards to, you know, just yourself, or in regards to like, I want to be the best I can be for another person. Whatever the case may be, there's this desire to work on yourself. I also see the Eight of Pentacles being that we're finally getting out of a stuck moment with the Eight of Swords here and the Eight of Pentacles. This can also mean that we're starting like a new business project. We're starting a new work thing as well. And there's a whole new journey. There could be something that you guys are revealing as well. So a project that you guys have been working on that's going to be revealed, that you're kind of, there might be some, okay, wait. There's a lot of information here that I'm getting. Let me slow down for a second. So there could be something that you guys have been working on, but not necessarily talking about, but like working on in the background. Like a new idea. Maybe we've had a new idea for a while. In December, we're finally going to be moving forward on it. So there's some sort of project that you guys have been wanting to do, some sort of idea that you guys have been wanting to curate. And plan out, because the Eight of Pentacles can also talk about planning. So there's been something that you guys have been wanting to work on, something that you guys have been wanting to put your focus on. And in December, it's finally like we're getting off of our butt and actually doing it. Whereas before we kind of felt stuck, or we felt like maybe it wasn't the right time, or we needed to maybe work on the idea some more and wait for certain things to kind of like catch up before we could actually move forward on this project. But December, it's like, oh, stuff's moving forward. Stuff's finally moving forward. We find this inspiration. We're taking steps forward on something and building it more and more. And we're refining ourselves. We're refining this idea. And we're improving it. This is self-improvement. This is improving like a plan that you guys have. And with the Hangman over here, it's kind of like you gain like a new perspective on yourself in the world in December. This can also mean that there's still a few delays. Maybe we don't completely finish this project in December. It looks like it's still going to take some more work, whatever this project is, but we're finally beginning it and starting it and pushing it forward in December. But I think that it's going to happen in the new year for you, when this actually kind of takes flight. This sort of project, or this idea, this plan. So there's still a little bit of a waiting game attached to it a little bit, but things are finally moving forward. Ideas are being revealed. We are finally announcing maybe something, or announcing our feelings, or announcing an idea, and it looks like it's finally moving forward and being worked on. So, pile number 4. This is all juicy from the beginning. I love this. This is great. It looks like this is gonna be a great month for you guys. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take these cards and get some more info on this reading for you guys. So group 4. What else do we have here for group 4? Also, I'm sorry if I'm sniffly. I'm like kind of getting over a cold right now. So we have isolation and we have peace. I see you guys getting out of isolation, because all of these cards, it's so interesting. We have the High Priestess, the Eight of Swords, and the Hangman right here. And these cards kind of deal with secrecy, isolation, and things like that. But the fact that we have Eight of Swords being reversed here, it seems like you guys are opening up more, coming out of isolation. Yeah, definitely opening up more. There could also be times where you guys are wanting to like have alone time and have time to like reflect a little bit more, but I see that being very minor compared to the amount of energy that we have that's moving forward and being very motivational and inspirational. Also, the card of peace right here, I think that you guys are going to find so much more balance in the month of December, and the fact that you guys are finally opening up more, there's like more harmony happening. And look at, there's something that's taking flight again. We have this bird, and we were talking about the taking flight energy. So yeah, something's about to take flight for you guys. Whereas your idea beforehand was in isolation. Your idea or your feelings were in isolation. They're finally taking flight. Right? So let's get maybe one more of these cards before going on to our next one. So group 4, the month of December. Let's see here. So we have the card of fear. Ooh, so what's been holding you guys back over here? So this could be talking about you or another person that has not wanted to open up out of fear, or maybe we haven't wanted to move forward on this certain idea out of fear of walking through this new door. Maybe we are comfortable being in isolation and we're scared to walk through this new door. Okay, maybe we are comfortable keeping our feelings in isolation, or our ideas, our feelings and our ideas in isolation are so much more comfortable rather than walking through the door and needing to actually soar into the infinite possibility of what's beyond. What is beyond? How are these people going to react to our emotions and feelings? Or, you know, if I take action on this new thing, what's my life going to change or look like? And are people going to criticize me? What are people going to think if I do this new thing, or if I become this new person? Like, there's certain fears here that look like they have been holding you back, but December is about walking through that door. No more isolation. We are walking through the door. We are completely coming out of this. Wow. There might be moments of you guys wanting to be like, oh, maybe I should just hold back a little bit. No, baby. December is about walking through the door. I'll say that at the very least. So it looks like you guys are getting over a lot of things. And also this could be about somebody else who's been isolating some of their feelings, and they're finally going to be walking through the door too with you as well. Okay, and again, it could also be about a project. It could be about all these different things. We also have the card of movement coming up. So this makes total sense. Things are finally moving forward, especially our ideas, because this egg in the middle symbolizes a new idea that we have. And movement, yeah, this is like an awakening, because the Kundalini, it's like Kundalini awakening. Movement, so awakening our feelings, our deeper feelings, awakening deeper ideas. Movement in a forward direction. Let's see what else we get for you guys. Group 4 for the month of December. Speak truth. Oh, I cannot believe how fitting this is for you. So, speak truth. Things are being revealed, my love. Also, this rock looks like the rock that's, if you guys know the NFT rock that sold for like $250,000 or something like that, that just reminds me of that. And I don't understand NFTs, but whatever. I don't know why that's reminding me of that. I'm just getting sidetracked. But anyway, speak truth. So somebody is going to be revealing their truth to you. And this is also talking about how you guys are going to kind of come out of the fear and isolation to speak your truth. Like, December is the month of that, okay? Group 4, like, woo, my goodness. Okay, so moving on to the next one. Again, we have take flight. All this take flight sort of symbolism coming in. See, group 4 for December. Oh my gosh, you guys. I cannot. So it does look like there's total feelings that someone's going to be revealed. Also, the entire time that I've had this deck, which I've had this deck for like a year now, this card has never, and I mean never, come out before. In fact, looking at this card, I didn't even know it existed within the deck, because it just doesn't come out. It never comes out. The Rose's Kiss. You know what? That's actually very symbolic. The fact that I just said that, it never comes out. There is emotions coming out for you guys in December, ideas and emotions that are coming out in December that you have not felt or seen before. new roads are opening that you have not felt and seen before. The fact that I've never seen this card before, there's something happening. It's a road that you've never been down before that is opening for you guys. The Rose's Kiss, this is also very connected to romance. It's very connected to love. And even if you guys are not seeking that out right now and that's not relevant for you, the rose can also symbolize you guys opening up your heart to a new inspiration, a new passion, a new love. Like, we can love more things rather than just people, right? So this could be opening you up in that sort of way. But for a lot of you, I would say this is opening up to a deeper romantic place with someone or something. But again, can also be interpreted as like a new passion blooming. But yeah, so that's like wildly fitting, you guys. Also, I want to put this somewhere where it's like, you can see it more. It also has the number 9 on it, so that symbolizes completing a phase. So you're opening up a whole new chapter of your life right now, my love. Also, the ladybug is very connected to love as well and romance. Ladybugs are kind of symbolic of like connecting to love and soulmates and stuff. So let's see. Here's our next cards. We have a deep breath. So we take a deep breath when we're about to do something that we've never done before. And I see this as you guys finding that inner peace, getting over your fear, getting over a fear, taking a deep breath, walking into something new. We also had we have sacred reverence. So, ooh, this key and this heart, there's unlocking. You guys are opening up more. You're opening up so much more. You're opening up a deeper passion. Yeah, this is a really beautiful, inspiring time that's going to be opening up for you guys in December. Oh my goodness, to say the least. We also have the land between. So connecting to something that maybe we didn't think was previously possible, and we're finally finding the pathway to get there. We're connecting to something that we didn't know existed. We didn't even know it was kind of there. So there's a new thing that we are bridging in our life. We're bridging a new goal, bridging a new inspiration. Whew, this is powerful. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and take our next deck here. We have renewal. And then growth. Also, I've never seen this card before in this deck. And I don't think I've very much seen this one either. So you guys are getting a bunch of like new cards that don't usually come up that often. So there's a whole new energy. Things that don't happen very often are happening to you in the month of December. We have this growth card, and this is like a transmutation of energy. We also have the angel number 44 at the bottom of this card. So that symbolizes a new foundation starting for you guys. A whole new foundation, magic coming in, transmutation of old energy into brand new energy, things that we haven't really experienced before. Growth can also symbolize, again, we're working on ourselves and we're getting to new heights. Growth is also when we we ascend to a new sort of level and experience things that we haven't really experienced much before. We're growing internally. This can be personal development as well. And then we also have the renewal card. So, and even if you guys have been going through like an odd time lately, or if you guys have recently overcome a certain obstacle, that energy is sort of like renewing and coming back to a cleaner slate is sort of what I see from that card, is like getting over an obstacle. Because if you think about the frog, they like hop. And so you guys are like hopping to a new place. It's almost like a quantum leap into a new sort of energy there. So going on to our next deck of cards. Apparently we're using a lot of different decks in this monthly reading today. So I love it. I love this energy. Let's see what else we get. Miracles. Look at the rainbow right there. So this the miracles is obviously very connected to something exciting happening that is unexpected. So miracles, whenever miracles happen, it's sort of like taking a quantum leap, which is sort of what I was seeing in the frog spirit. And even this rainbow looks like it's like quantum leaping. It's like leaping to a higher ascension. So for you guys, I would say there's some sort of like exciting thing happening in December, to say the least. Some sort of exciting thing that theme keeps reiterating in this reading, is like some sort of exciting thing happening. So we're gonna do a fun little thing right now where lately in the card readings, we've been doing a pick a card within a pick a card, where you guys get to essentially ask whatever you want to ask. And I'm going to be laying out 3 different cards that you guys can then choose from to answer any question that you guys have. So think about a question that you guys want to ask. And I'm going to be laying out cards. So there's card 1. Let's see what else we want. What other cards are going to be coming up today? This is going to be card 2. And I'm feeling this one for card 3. So take a moment, pause the video if you'd need, to find the card that you're the most drawn towards for your particular question. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. So if you guys chose card number 1, the answer to your question is no. We have the card here of no. So whenever we have no coming up, this can be a sign that what we're currently asking for maybe isn't the actual thing. So for example, okay, so when we're writing down that we want to manifest like a specific job at a very particular company, and we're like, I want to work for, like, I don't know, Cosmo magazine in New York, and I want it to be at this building, at this place, da 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 da, because you desire to be a writer, right? Like, let's say that's like the thing. Sometimes the universe is like, oh, well, I see that you really want to be a writer and that you're really inspired by it and you have this particular emotion attached to it, and this emotion says that you're going to have a really great experience. But let's say that the place that you're trying to work for, maybe the boss is awful, maybe the work environment is awful, and it wouldn't actually provide you the career of your dreams. And so the universe is like, okay, well, I see that you really want to be a writer. I see that like you want all these things, but I have something better for you. And so, for example, the universe will make it hard for something to work out at that job, and then you won't get it, and you're like, why am I not getting it? I'm trying to manifest it. And the universe is like, okay, I know you want to be a writer. I have all that. I got it. But that was not the actual job. That was not the best job for you. And so it means that there's something better for you. So when something is not working, when there's an obstacle that we keep hitting, it's because we need to shift something. We need to change something. And it doesn't mean that we cannot have what we desire. We can still have the job of our dreams. We can still find our soulmate. But maybe there's certain things that we have to adjust in order to adapt into who we need to be in order to keep this thing going. Okay? So that's one of the examples. Also, no can be connected to like there's resistance, like we're trying to push for something that there's resistance around. And so it's asking for a shift here. It's asking for a shift. It doesn't mean that you cannot have what you desire, but it means that we need to let go of the resistance around it. Maybe we need to open up more and allow the flow a bit more without resisting. We need to let go of resistance. We need to let go of restriction. We need to let go of limitation. Let go of limitation, let go of restriction, and allow flow to happen. And then our thing will manifest. So, with that being said, if you guys chose card number 2, the answer to your question is the situation will improve. Okay, so it is flowing into a better direction. This one actually perfectly comes after this card, which is so weird and interesting. But anyway, those of you who chose this card, the situation will improve. So things are getting better and things are moving forward. They're stepping in the right direction. So as long as we keep going towards that, that's going to be perfect. So just keep going with the flow, letting go of limitation, letting go of resistance, and just going with the flow. And the situation is heading in a good direction. It is improving and heading in a good direction. So card number 3, we have perfect timing. So things also go within the realm of timing, right? We always say that there's such thing as perfect timing. And a lot of the times when we don't attain a goal of ours and we're wondering why, and then like a couple years later we do attain that goal, and then we reflect back and we're like, oh my gosh, I see exactly why I did not attain that sooner. This makes so much sense. I can see exactly why that did not happen for me. We understand it so much better later on. And so perfect timing does exist. This is also saying that you are within divine timing right now. So those of you who chose this card, you're within perfect timing right now. You are on the exact right path that you need to be. You are right where you need to be. You are right there. So just continue on doing exactly what you are doing, and things are coming to you in perfect timing. And it's reminding you that you are in that perfect timing right now. You don't need to make any changes. Just keep going forward. Keep doing you. You are within the perfect timing of achieving your goal and of healing and all that sorts of stuff, welcoming in the good energy. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take our self-care deck. And basically, I've been using this deck to get some guidance from our guides to let us know what we should be focusing on in the month of December to help us improve the energies, to help us have like the best December that we can possibly have. So for group 4, what should group 4 be focusing on in December? Let's see here. So we have meditate. So meditation, very important. It's very important for visualization. It's very important for centering your energy, for getting into a good state of being, state of mind. It helps with manifestation, all that jazz. We also have take a walk. So getting out in nature, just getting out of the house in general is going to be pretty important, and connecting to nature. We also have create art. So getting creative, you guys, especially if you guys have been having a calling towards doing something with creative expression, to help you have creative expression, that's going to be very important to focus on that in the month of December, and it will help you cleanse your energy, as well as taking a walk to refresh your energy, focusing more on meditation, getting back into a meditation routine, a self-care routine, and again, getting out of the house a little bit, getting a breath of fresh air, and allowing yourself to have creative, artistic expression. So with that being said, in order to end off today's reading, we're going to take the Astro dice. We're going to roll the zodiac sign dice 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are most likely going to be the most prominent in your life in the month of December. This can be somebody's sun, moon, or rising, or it could even be a reflection of your own. So let's see here. We have Pisces coming up, Pisces energy, Cancerian energy here, Pisces, Cancer, and Capricorn energy. So those are the top 3 zodiac signs that are kind of the most prominent, either energetically, or they can be associated with a person. And then with that being said, let's go ahead and roll all these together now to get any last info. So we have Mars in Virgo in the 12th house. Healing the mind, taking action on your dreams, solidifying your dreams. Okay, so this is about daydreaming. The 12th house is where we daydream. The 12th house is where we connect with our intuition, our spirituality. Virgo is about healing. It's also about taking action on things. It's also about perfecting plans. And then Mars is about taking action. So there's something here where we need to take physical action and make a real solid plan on something that we're daydreaming about. How can we move forward on something that we're desiring to attain, like a big goal that we have? If we have goals with another person in our life, are we taking real action to actually get there? Are we taking physical action? If you guys have like a big goal or desire or dream in regards to career or whatever, how are we taking action? Maybe we need to save money to attain this dream. Maybe we need to focus on a... Okay, so my camera cut out and I'm not sure where it cut out at. It's been doing this at the end of all the readings because I keep reading beyond the actual... my camera always cuts out at like 30 minutes and I keep reading beyond that. So it keeps cutting out. But basically we have these 3 dice right here, which is Mars, Virgo, and the 12th house. And basically what I was saying about this is that we need to actually take physical action. Maybe we need to focus on rescheduling in order to take physical action towards our dreams. What sort of dreams do we have, and are we actually taking the physical action that we need to? Are we actually readjusting our plans, our schedules, our routines to fit in the movement towards this goal that we have, whether this goal is with another person or with a career or with whatever? Mars is about taking physical action. Virgo is about making a solid plan and actually doing that in order to move forward towards our dreams and our goals. So that's basically the gist of what we were saying at the end there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Group number 4, if you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 5, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for December, so let's hop right into it. All right, so group 5, I just want to say it's no wonder you guys chose the Danbright, because Danbright is about the past and like letting go of the past and stuff. But it's very interesting because right when I looked at your guys' reading, I heard the word nostalgia come in. And I'm also noticing, yeah, just like some kind of nostalgic energy coming in the month of December for you guys. So it could either be returning back to traditions that you used to do, that we kind of like let go of for a while, but kind of returning back to some old traditions that we used to do, and just kind of like coming back to some nostalgia in the month of December somehow. Okay, I'm also noticing like an interesting possible like shift in plans in the month of December with this Knight of Swords. This is coming in really abruptly. When it's surrounded by these other cards, it kind of makes me feel that there's going to be a shift in your plans. I do see you guys saving more, paying more attention to how you're spending your money. I also see you guys possibly investing or getting interested in that. Also, with the 4 of Pentacles, this can also be connected to clinging on very tightly to a plan that you have. But then all of a sudden in December, it's like that plan is going to have certain shifts. But even though there's this last minute sort of shift in plans, your December is going to go very well, okay? But maybe we're not ready to like close out a certain chapter. Maybe we're not ready to like, you know, maybe we're wanting things to go a certain way, but it does look like there's going to be a certain like last minute unexpected sort of shift. But it does look like it's going to turn out very well. I will say that. I'm going to repeat that. It's going to turn out very well. And it is sort of returning to some kind of nostalgia again, some sort of like old traditions. But it's going to feel very nice. Like you're going to feel very connected. And I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are surrounded by a lot of people during the end of December, which makes sense because of like, especially if you do celebrate the holidays at the end of December. Like there's a few different holidays that go around. There's like Christmas, there's Hanukkah, all those different things. But those of you who chose this pile, I would not be surprised if you get back together with old family members or just are surrounded by lots of really good people and lots of good company near the end of December, since we have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. Both of these cards are like some of the best cards in tarot, I must say. So this is feeling very connected, feeling very loved. There's like such a loving vibe when it comes to these cards and feeling like abundant, feeling good. And we're also able to sort of like shed our old skin as well with the Judgment card here. So I also see you guys getting ready to close out a chapter, but maybe some of you guys are like, maybe like nervous for the new year or nervous for what it might bring, or there could be this feeling of being a little bit hard on yourself, like I have to make this work and I have to get this done and I have to do this. There's this energy of like, I have to make sure that this happens. I have to make sure that I do this. And it does look like there is slight shifts in plans, but at the same time, like the outcome is so good. Okay. And also in the new year, I see you guys shedding some old skin. I see you guys really growing out of old stuff and ready for a new chapter, ready for a new phase. So yeah, be prepared for that new chapter, a new phase. It kind of looks like you guys have reached like a lot of your goals, and there's bigger goals that you now have. Maybe certain goals didn't fully get completed during the year, and we're feeling that with the world over here, but those are coming to completion very soon. those goals are coming to completion very soon, and we're making room for new stuff. We're able to kind of shed the old and welcome in a new energy by the end of December. And also things are making a lot more sense about how we can finally wrap up loose ends, because the world being reversed means we still have loose ends to wrap up, and maybe we're rushing to wrap up loose ends, but everything's going to turn out great. Everything's going to turn out fine in December. We're rushing to wrap up all this stuff, and there's like a huge like rushing energy right here. Like, I must do this. I have to complete this. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. Everything's going to turn out perfect. We're going to be in alignment. We're closing out old chapters. We are completing certain phases. We are reaching new levels as well. And we're ready for a new chapter. And Judgment perfectly describes that as well, because Judgment is about letting ourselves being fully seen, and we're being very honest with ourselves about what we've accomplished and what we didn't accomplish, and how we can actually make changes for the betterment in the new year. I know a lot of people make New Year's plans, and it's so interesting that a lot of these groups so far have ended on cards that resemble making big changes, and the end of December is obviously the end of the year, and so this makes so much sense why this has been coming up for so many of the groups. So for you guys, this is definitely a time of shedding and self-acceptance, and kind of seeing, like checking in with yourself about, okay, what was I able to do? What was I able to change? And there's this moment of being very proud of yourself for what you did accomplish, but also this moment of being real with yourself about, you know what? I'm going to do this other thing next year. I'm going to reach for bigger goals next year. And I am going to really put my foot down about certain things that I maybe fell short on, certain things that I, let come untied. I didn't maybe do some of the things that I really want to do, or I didn't keep up with certain things. And this next year, it's going to be being really real with yourself about, you know what, there's certain things that I really wanted to do and I didn't get them complete. And it's kind of like, I am going to do them this year. And it's being really serious with yourself too. It's being very like, yes, I got this. There's also this feeling of being very proud of yourself and feeling very fulfilled, but at the same time, also being very real and honest and being like, you know what? I really have to put my foot down this year, and I really need to make my dreams come true. And the only way to do that is by really just, again, being real with yourself and putting realistic expectations on yourself for one, but also seeing that you do have lots of potential and really giving yourself the opportunity to fully experience that potential in the new year rather than letting yourself fall short, okay? But I do see this kind of rush to tie up loose ends, and it does look like you guys are coming to completion on a lot of those loose ends and feeling very good about it and feeling very excited. Like there's big goals being reached. You guys might be rushing to tie up things that you wanted to have done by the end of the year, but maybe we were slacking a little bit. So it's kind of like this procrastination energy is finally reaching a completion, and we're kind of like, time to hunker down and complete those things that I said I was going to complete. And it does look like you guys are really reaching for that. Okay. And it does look like a lot of those things are coming to that completion, and we are able to release and kind of have this moment of sighing and being like, yes, I can finally breathe. I can finally shed off that old skin that I was wearing. I can finally like breathe and open up and get ready for the new year and the new goals that you then have. So that's looking beautiful so far. Okay, so with that being said, let's go into our next few cards here. So group 5, let's see what else we get for you guys. Group 5. We have hunger coming up. It's so super interesting. This card came up for another group as well. And right when I looked at that, I saw diet changes for the other group right off the bat. But I also see this hunger to complete more and to really attain your goals. I see this as like being this sort of driving force, this hunger for completion of something, this desire. But yeah, also on top of that, I do see this also being very connected to eating habits. What are our eating habits? Have we been letting ourselves overindulge? Have we been cutting ourselves back too much to the point where we might be hindering our body and our body's potential? Have we been eating too much processed foods and we need to focus on better nutrition? things like that. So hunger comes up when we start focusing a bit on our diet as well. We also have the death card coming up, so there's big changes that are going to be being made, I guess, in the month of December. So there's certain parts of yourself that you're like, I need to change this part. So you're letting yourself go through a big transformation. This is also a transformation of your diet. This could also be a transformation of your belief systems around like motivation and getting stuff done. Okay, so belief system changes around that. Let's see what else we get for you guys. Group 5, the month of December. We have frustration. So I do think, okay, I was picking up on a bit of this with the Knight of Swords in the world. So there's certain things that have not come to completion and we are rushing after them during the end of the year because we're realizing maybe we slacked on some stuff or we procrastinated a little bit. And so frustration is coming in because we're realizing maybe we're frustrated with ourselves because of our lack of motivation at times, or our tendency to procrastinate, or trying to make something work that's not working. Like sometimes we might overwork ourselves at times, right? So there's a certain frustration that we're going to be meeting in December that we need to address and get over and heal so that we can finally let go. Maybe we need to let go of our judgment over ourselves. Maybe we're judging ourselves too much, and maybe that ends up demotivating us. Maybe we end up being our own worst enemy because we end up being too critical and then we don't feel like doing anything. And then we also have space. So giving yourself time, giving yourself alone time where we don't always have to be productive, giving yourself space to reflect, to think. Okay? Giving yourself a cleanse. I'm also seeing giving yourself a cleanse. Making space for stuff to work. Giving yourself time, right? It's trying to fit a square into a circle. It needs more space. Okay, so maybe we need to reschedule ourselves and focus a bit more on our planning and our schedules in order to fit things into our life a bit better. Making space for other people, making space for events. You know, maybe we need to work a little bit beforehand so we can get our work done, so we can actually take a vacation and give ourselves some time and space. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to take another deck of cards here. So let's see what else we get for you guys. Group 5, the month of December for group 5. Definitely feeling this card. Best possible decision. So there's something that you guys are going to be doing. This could be a change in plans, like a change in plans that you guys have in December, and it's going to end up being a really good decision for you. We also have beauty, so you guys might also be like buying yourself new clothes, for example, reinvesting into yourself to make yourself feel good. Beauty can also be focusing more on art, maybe decorations. Yeah. Space can also be your home. Maybe we feel a little bit empty in certain ways and we have a hunger to fill this space. We have a hunger to fill a space. We have a desire to fill up space, to make things feel more homey, to go through a transformation, to focus more on beauty in our space, to bring in more abundance into our space, to help it feel more homey, to help us feel more connected, more inspired in the space that we dwell in. All right, so with that being said, let's go into our next deck of cards. We're gonna pull out this one. So let's see what else we get for you guys. Group 5 for the month of December. We have Underworld. So wow, you guys are literally birthing. We also have Trust. So huge transformation that you guys are going through. You guys are really molding yourselves into who you're meant to be. Maybe you guys just recently went through a hard time where maybe we were really critical of ourselves. Maybe we were really hard on ourselves. But this is actually molding you into the best version of you, because Underworld, if you think about how crystals form, they form under immense pressure. So if you guys have been going through a time in your life where it felt like there was immense pressure, it's actually been forming you into a gem, okay? It's been forming you into a beautiful gem. So all those minerals being crushed, being like, it's forming you into something that can shine so bright. It is so much shinier, so much more valuable than just a regular rock. okay? So the pressure that you've been under has been good, and you will be birthing in this new year as this gem that is just ready to shine. It's ready to come out. It is ready to be seen. It is ready to be adored. Like you're coming into your beauty right now. Your beauty has been like going under reconstruction and reforming so that your personality is going to be better. Because when we go through personality shifts, it's always when we're hard on ourselves and we reflect and we realize that we need to improve in certain areas, right? And then that's when we go through this time of there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of difficulty, but we're rebirthing. We're rebirthing. It's the seed of the flower that's coming out and it's bursting. So that's kind of you guys right now. And we also have the trust. So trust the process. Know that this was all meant to be. The hard times were meant to be. It's all forming you into who you're meant to be in the future. So December, even though it might have been hard at times, and even the months prior might have been hard at times, you guys were going through the cocoon. And guess what? Butterflies, I just recently found this out. So when caterpillars go into a cocoon, you guys, when caterpillars go into a cocoon, the acid there's an acid that comes out in the cocoon, like some sort of acid, and the caterpillar literally turns to liquid. It turns into liquid. It doesn't even exist anymore. And then it starts reconstructing itself and then becomes a butterfly. So obviously you're going through a really difficult time to blossom into a freaking butterfly or a moth or whatever. This is like a butterfly or a moth or something on this card. But point being, you guys, whenever we go through this transformation, for minerals to become gems, for caterpillars to become butterflies, oh my gosh, the process, you guys, freaking difficult if you ask me. So anytime that we as humans are going through a difficult time, anything in nature that goes through a difficult time, it is making you grow your wings. It is making you become a gem. It is making you into a way better, more valuable, more beautiful, more intelligent creature than ever, with more ability, right? Because a caterpillar doesn't have as much ability as a butterfly. A butterfly is like, it can be a caterpillar and it can fly, right? Like it's like, whoosh. So yeah. Whenever you're going through a hard time, just remember that it is improving you in so many ways. And that's what you guys have been recently going through. And December is about coming out of that and finally releasing that and finally opening up with that Judgment card. So that's looking great. With that being said, let's get some more cards on here. So we have endless possibilities. So you're really opening up your potentiality near the end of December. See what else we get. So daydreaming about what you want to do, and you're going to start realizing that you have so much more potential. Okay, you're going to start realizing that your potential is a lot bigger than what you thought. We also have beautiful uncaging. So this is about releasing the limitations. So there could have been certain limitations that you used to put on yourself, certain belief systems where you're like, oh, I can only attain this, and oh, I can never attain that'll never happen for me, that's difficult, that's hard, that's a limitation. So you're finally unlocking your potentiality. You're uncaging yourself. You're like a beautiful butterfly, right? The butterfly example. You're like a beautiful butterfly that's been stuck in a cage, and you're finally realizing that, you know what? I can explore to more. There's more opportunity out there than what I can even perceive. So why do I limit myself so much? Why am I so hard on myself? Well, you're hard on yourself so that you can become a beautiful gem or a butterfly. But then guess what? Uncage yourself. Let yourself use those wings that you just created and let yourself fly. Like, shh. December is all about that, okay? So with that being said, let's go into our next deck of cards here and get some more. So group 5 for December. I am really feeling this card right here. So we have focus. Ooh, baby, it's time to hunker down and focus and finish up those projects, wrap up those loose ends. And then we also have enlightenment. So yeah, December is all about hunkering down and really starting to focus, really starting to let your light shine as well and allow ideas to just flow in, because I think that you guys are going to be absolutely flooded with new ideas, especially around the time of the new year. And it's going to be time for you to wrap up other projects, wrap up loose ends, complete those things, get those tasks done. Okay, so with that being said, I feel like I say that every time we do a transition into a new deck. With that being said, But anyway, okay, we're gonna go into this next deck of cards, and we've been basically using this deck to have a pick a card within a pick a card. It's been really fun lately. So essentially what we're gonna do is I'm going to be shuffling this deck, and you guys can think of any question that you wanna ask. It could be anything at all, okay? And I am going to lay down 3 different cards, and then you guys are going to choose between those 3 different cards, and then that will be your answer to your question. So I'm going to be laying down 3 different ones. I'm also really feeling that one. So here's our 3 different cards. So take a moment, pause the video if you need more time to think about which card you're the most drawn towards. And then once you're done choosing, then of course, let's just continue and get right into it. So let's begin. So card number 1, if you guys chose this one, the answer to your question is forgiveness. Maybe we need to forgive ourselves. Maybe we've been too hard on ourselves and it's been holding ourselves back. Maybe we've been like, oh, well, I didn't start this soon enough and I'm too old now. Forgive yourself, let it go. Guess what? It is never too late. It is never too late to do anything. Forgiveness of yourself. Maybe we need to let go a little bit and forgive ourselves. Maybe we need to forgive other people. Maybe other people are somehow involved and holding us back in a certain way. And we need to forgive that in order to allow the energy to continue to move forward. Okay. I'm also noticing that we have a 4 and then a 1-4 over here. That's just sticking out to me. The 4s are all about new foundations and like a new beginning and a new foundation. But yeah, anyway, that was just randomly sticking out to me when I was looking at this card. So forgiveness is the answer to your question. In order to move forward, in order to attain your goals, we need to forgive and let go in order for us to move forward and attain that. So card number 2, if you guys chose this one, we have in the near future. So this is something that is right on the horizon for you guys. You're right on like the precipice of entering this goal or getting to your goal. So in the near future, there's going to be new pathways opening up for you. There is going to be new doorways opening. In the near future, the sort of way how and the goal is being seen and reached in a much clearer way in the near future. So this is happening very soon. Usually in the near future, this is within the next year, possibly even within the next six months. So yes, very soon. Also, if you guys chose card 3, let's get into that. So sorry, I almost started coughing. But yeah, card 3, we have unlikely. It's funny that I just almost started coughing right before this one. It's sort of like this resistance. I also am just getting over a cold, but I take everything as a sign. So that I'm just going to take it as some like weird resistance of maybe we need to express more. Maybe there's something stopping us, right? Or there's like something that we need to do or complete that we've been resisting. So unlikely means that there's not enough energy being put towards this, or we've been limiting ourselves too much and the energy just isn't there. It's not coming to fruition right now. It doesn't mean it can never happen, but it means in the current moment, there hasn't been enough energy being put towards this thing, or we've been putting too many limitations on ourselves and our belief systems need a shift. Okay? So the unlikely card means that we need to shift something in order to change the energy, in order to have this thing happen. Also, look at this shape that the sunlight is making behind here. What in the world? That looks so cool. Looks like a crown. Just gonna point that out. That looks great. So with that being said, let's go into our next deck of cards. So the next one that we're going to use is this self-care deck, and basically we've been using this in order to get guidance from our guides in order to tell us what we should be focusing on in the month of December in order for us to have like the best December that we can have. So let's see, group 5, what should group 5 be focusing on in the month of December? Okay, so we have read. This makes sense. So study more. If there's something that you guys are wanting to do, Put your focus on it. Learn more about it. Also, reading can help in so many ways, like self-improvement. Maybe we can read fantasy. It improves intelligence. It improves memory. It improves so many things. Your knowledge that you have, like everything improves when we read. So getting back into reading, maybe there's something that you guys have been putting off reading that we should get back into. We also have connect with fire. And we also have ground yourself. So connect with fire energy. Fire energy is motivation and moving forward, taking action on something, moving something forward, no longer procrastinating. Fire energy does not procrastinate. Fire energy is very masculine. It's all about completing things, moving forward. It's also about breaking things open and actually just letting the energy flow, letting your personality shine to its fullest. Being fully you is definitely fire energy as well. And then we also ground yourself. So don't let yourself get too lost in thought about, oh, what if this happens? Oh, what if that happens? Don't get too lost in the airy energy of what if and oh, this possibility and that possibility. Don't let your mind wander too much. It's good to think about those things once in a while. But if we overthink, literally if we overthink, we get stuck in anxiety and worry. And it's so important to ground yourself. Come back to your center. Is it happening right now? No. Well, then you're fine. Worry about it when it comes. If you worry about it before something even happens, then you have to worry about it twice. What's the point of that? Then you're ruining the present moment, where the present moment, it's not occurring. Why are we worrying about it? It's not going on right now. You are fine right now. Therefore, let's not worry about it. If you're scared about forgetting about it, write it down somewhere where you can check up upon it if need be, if it's something that's super important. But if not, let it go. Let it go. Live the present moment for what the present moment is right now. There's so much potential in front of you. The answer to your prayers could literally happen tomorrow. The answer to your goals could literally happen whenever, right? So why are we worrying about it right now? It is time to ground yourself back into the present moment. Enjoy the present moment for what it is. Don't worry twice, because what the frick is the point of that? You know what I mean? So sit back down, enjoy yourself, okay? And with that being said, let's go ahead into our Astro Dice to get any last information on this reading. So first, we're going to start with the zodiac sign dice. We're going to roll it 3 times to get the top 3 zodiac signs that are going to be most likely the most prominent in the month of December for you guys. This could be a reflection of your own zodiacs, or it could be somebody else's sun, moon, or rising. So let's see what we get. We have Sagittarius coming up. Connect with fire, you know what I mean? We have Pisces. Pisces has been coming up a lot. And we also have Libra. So with that being said, let's go into rolling all of these to get any last info. We have another Pisces. We have Venus being in Pisces in the 9th house. Ooh, some new philosophies coming in around. This is interesting. Venus is very connected to beauty, and you guys actually had the beauty card come up. That's definitely interesting. So new mindsets, a more beautiful mindset, more beautiful philosophies on life. This is about changing your view of life, your perspective, to something that's very positive and very beautiful. Seeing the beauty in life, seeing the beauty in your mind, seeing the potentiality that you can have in the future, rather than overthinking and over worrying. Let's think in a beautiful way. Let's see the beauty. Let's see the best possible outcome, instead of seeing and pondering the worst possible. If the worst possible has not happened yet, why are we living in that space right now? Let's live in the space of the best possible outcome. And then at least we're moving energy in a positive direction. So this is also talking about December will be a mindset shift for you, an emotional and mental mindset shift and perspective shift on life into something that's much more beautiful, much more serving of you. And this can also be coming up with ideas of artistic stuff, because Venus is also very artsy and Pisces is very artsy. So there could be some artsy stuff that we are going towards. The 9th house can sometimes also deal with travel as well. So I'm just going to point that out for those of you who that will be relevant for. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys, group number 5. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!